I want to welcome you back to Black Side. Tonight, we're going to talk about former NBA basketball player Dwayne Wade referring to his 11-year-old son as a she. I think this is extremely disturbing. This has shows you how this hypersexual society has turned our kids into anything but children. When does an 11-year-old decide what gender they are? And when does a father become a father and puts his foot down and says, son, you can make that determination when you're 18 years old and out of my home? But it seems that Dwayne Wade, like so many others, have fallen into this liberal, progressive, sexual identity, whatever they want to call it, gender fluid society, to where you can do whatever you want. And they are teaching our children, our small children in school, starting at the age of 6, 7, and 8, about sexuality. Something that kids know nothing about. They know nothing about homosexuality, transgenderism, or any of that nonsense. But one reason why they're teaching these children is to influence how they think in the future. They know that societies like ours, anybody over 40, they're not trying to convince them to believe in their lifestyle. They're going after the children. So once the children become older, anything goes. And I'm talking about it's going to go to the extreme. And we in the African American community, foundational black ADOS community, we have to understand that they are going after black men and black women. They have been trying to destroy the black family since the 1960s. And many of you will say, what, the 1960s? They decided to destroy the black family after the civil rights movement. They saw how strong the black family was in helping the civil rights movement become somewhat successful. And they decided at a period of time they would use policies like welfare to take the man out of the home, putting drugs in the community, mass incarcerations, drug addiction, and now gender fluid sexuality. This has diminished our ranks of people. And you will say, I don't understand what you're talking about. We are about 45 million people in America. Think about all the lives we have lost to abortion, to violence, mass incarceration. It's estimated that we have lost up to 40 million people. If we had stayed at the levels that we were growing in the 60s, without abortion, mass incarceration, drugs, and violence, we could possibly have a population of 80 million people. And that would make us one of the strongest ethnic groups in this country by far. And it would have gave us economic and political power that was overwhelmed white America. This is why Margaret Sanger said she will go into the black churches and the black community to slow down the population growth of the black community. And we have to understand, when they come to us with this sexuality, things happen like diseases, like lowering the population. But for us to adapt to anything these liberal progressives in Hollywood or their society happens to think about, that we somehow have to go along with it with our children, it comes a point in time where we were the most moral community in America, to where this nonsense 40, 50 years ago would have been put down. Now it's celebrated. Now Dwayne Wade is talking about the strength and courage of his son. Yes, his son will benefit from this, but Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union will benefit from this because they will be seen as heroes in Hollywood, heroes in the liberal media for adopting this lifestyle. We have to understand this is a detriment to our community. We see in communities like Atlanta and in the South the high rate of AIDS that's destroying our community. And they are finding several different avenues, like I said, to destroy the community, but they really want to destroy the masculinity of the black male. And that's why you see this attack on masculinity in the African American community. But look who they're celebrating. His son, Billy Porter, any other person who happens to be gender fluid or homosexual, while they're going after men being men. We have to put our foot down. We have to say some of this nonsense is unacceptable because we know where this is going. And if many of you out there don't know where it's going to NAMLA, Man Love Boy. It's going to all that nonsense. And when it gets to a time where they say you will accept it, it will be so many people out there saying, oh, it's okay. It's about love. And we should all accept it. If those of you who are against it, you're homophobic or whatever phobic they could possibly think of and put a hyphen by. You have to understand this is going to be a serious problem. And many of you out there who now agree with this because it has become cool. But the Bible tells you that this is not right. It tells you right and wrong. But once you turn your back on God, He will turn his back on you. He said it would be a day that this would be happening. And he was right. Every parent wants to love their child. But it comes a point in time to say, hey, this may be a phase in your life. Let's see what happens. And I'm not saying Dwayne Wade should not love his child, because he should. He should want the best for his child. But we cannot let people in society change the way we think, the way we raise our families, in the way we raise our sons. We want to raise them to be men and masculine and not feminine. Because damn it, what woman wants a feminine man in her bed? I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, and share this video.